Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back, loves. Welcome back to Tarot Talk Live with Queen Cancer Tarot. And my name is Catherine, everybody. For those of you who want to know me personally, I do have another channel, however, Queen Cancer Tarot channel. You can check me out on that channel. The link is below, and she reads tarot. Okay? Just letting you know. But for those of you who are new here, welcome here and welcome back for those of you guys who have been here before. And also, hey to all of my beautiful subscribers. I love each and every one of you. And if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do that right now. Hit that subscribe button, you guys. It is free. And hit that thumbs up. It helps to gather others into the room and the reading. Okay, so before we get started, I just wanted to say I know my hand probably looks a little orange. That's because it is. I have a bit of an orange and a yellow rotating light right now going around. Okay, I kind of wanted to settle on the color orange because I was listening to my favorite song by Erykah Badu, Orange Moon, and I was like, I'm feeling the color orange. And right when I touched the button, why was that the color? Literally, the color that it changed to was orange. It was the very next color, apparently. So it fit right in. So welcome into the color orange and also yellow. It's blended in together. So it gives my hand, which is brown, a bit of a red hue. Okay. All right. So I don't know how you guys feel about the color orange. You can let me know in the comments. Please put a yellow heart in the comment section so I can enter you into the drawing. We are almost at 100 subscribers, okay? We are about 4 or 5 away from being at 100. So please hit that subscribe button, you guys. All right. We were almost 3 away, but I think maybe an inactive person or someone who didn't want to remain active left the building. All the merrier, and welcome into those who are committed and those who want to be down with this channel. I don't want anybody that doesn't want to be here. So I guess now is the time for those who would like to subscribe. If you want to unsubscribe, please don't. But if you do, bye. And welcome to everybody else. All right, more room for those who are loyal, right? All right, so I feel like I'm just getting my channel started, you guys, because before I just had a lot of things going on, and there were also people that were trying to block me and were hating on me. So that is no longer happening in my life because I'm no longer seeing things from that lens. I now am looking at things a lot more clear, and I control my full destiny. So I do what I want to do now in a more free, more liberated way. I'm not concerned with distractions and things of that nature that are around me. I know how to ground myself and block things out, no matter how distracting they may be. They will not stop me from my purpose and my goal in life. So, to no further ado, let's get started. So, you might be thinking this is a bit of a mess, Catherine. What are you doing here? Well, I left these cards out and I'm going to clear them away before we get started. But I do want to kind of go over some things that we talked about because it just struck me and stuck out to me, and some other information that I have looked into and have thought about and have compared and contrasted. And here we are today. So, in the previous reading, we got this sun in the reverse and the death card in the reverse. Stuck out to me like a sore thumb, right? Like a sore thumb. And it was in line, direct line with this toxic energy here. All right? And we were talking about being somewhere where there's water or in a place where it's damp perhaps cooler environment. I definitely see grass, right? Earth. So earthy, damp, dark, cooler. I've always had this indication of a well. I don't know if there are any wells present or any circular ponds or bodies of water that maybe have like a depth to them, not an ocean, but a circular, perhaps even man made hole with water or fluid. So I don't know. Okay, but that's what I'm seeing. And I'm looking at the high priestess sitting right next to this card right now. So that's kind of taking me into that place. So it was just kind of giving me the heebie-jeebies when I did the reading. So we're going to keep moving. So we have the sun in the reverse and the death card in the reverse. And I know, we were talking about, and this is all, by the way, everything in all these readings is all hearsay. There's no one is guilty. We're not saying anyone is guilty of any crimes. We're asking questions. We're looking at the cards and we're reading energy. And we're basing things on other evidence that has been found, and we're making our purely just alleged comments to surface. Okay? So this is merely a tarot reading. It's for entertainment purposes only. I'm here to entertain you. And I hope that you are entertained, because this is very entertaining to entertain you. Okay? So we have the sun in the reverse. We have the death card in the reverse. We have a situation where something that is very dark, something that is, I'm going to say toxic, okay? When we're looking at the death card in the reverse, this is something that is rotted. It's something that is dead and gone, right? And I don't mean necessarily in a physical sense or a person, y'all. So get that out of your head. But I'm getting a sense of something that someone's holding on to from the past. It could be a grudge, an old grudge. But whatever it is grown, and it's in this dark and toxic place, and it's pulling up poisonous mushrooms are popping up out of the ground because of this toxicity. And it could happen at any time. Someone could lose their temper and an accident could take place. And we have the Ten of Swords in the reverse and the Ten of Pentacles in the reverse. So that struck me when I saw these cards over again, and I'm looking at them, I'm like, that didn't happen for nothing. We have two tens. Okay, first of all, tens are a sign of completion, right? It's also a sign of an opportunity to start over. But these two tens are in the reverse. The Ten of Swords in the reverse is an energy of someone who's reaching out after something has ended. Okay? They're reaching out after something has ended. And it's also an energy of someone who's wanting to look at the possibilities, to put things back together again, to heal something. And we have healing here. So that struck me. That's interesting. So someone is reaching out to someone about the potential of doing something. But we have this Ten of Pentacles here. Usually a good card, usually a very good card, one of the best in the deck, right? Because it's just kind of like, bam, all of my riches, I'm giving you a portion just because. And it's like an overnight blessing. This is in the reverse. This also refers to family. It also refers to family. And the question that I asked was, will there be an arrest and a conviction in this case? When I got the Hermit, um, well, it was at the end of the reading, sorry. But I got the Hermit and we got the Empress here. With the Page of Cups, we got the Page of Swords, and we'll talk about that in a second. But that 10 of Pentacles in the reverse, and next to the 10 of Swords in the reverse, is interesting because you have a situation where someone may have done something to betray someone. Okay, because that's what it means when it's in the upright with the 10 of Swords. It's you've hurt someone in the past, you betrayed someone, you victimized someone, you did something and caused someone pain, or there was an ending and you were the reason for it. You know what I mean? However it fits in this situation, you tell me what you think, okay? But we've got that 10 of Swords in reverse, but next to it we have this. This is the family card. This is all about inheritance. But this is all about people fighting over money. This is an energy of also, we're going to say, people who are, we're going to say the all of the money, the overnight success is like leaving right before your very eyes. You know what I mean? It's almost like those stories you hear about people that win these big, huge Powerball lotteries, you know what I'm saying, with all this money, and how like 2.5, 3.5 years later, it's like they're, they're doing bad. They're going down Skid Row. That's this energy here. So we've got this 10 of Swords in reverse. So who are they reaching out to? Who are they reaching out to? Who is this person reaching out to for money? And did they get it? Are they getting it? Is it going to happen? There's an energy of they reached out for this money, but because of this, or it was like the money was right there, but because of what they did, it's like all of a sudden the opportunity is like gone right before their eyes. You know what I mean? And I feel like that energy was the energy when Nancy was no longer a talking point, when Nancy was no longer a bargaining chip. Okay? Sorry. When she was no longer a bargaining chip, that's when something just tried to end the reading. It wasn't me. But when she was no longer a bargaining chip, you guys, money was no longer conversation. That's why the ransom, the Bitcoin thing, no more letters that came were letters that were actually from people. Hold on one second. Yeah. Okay, I'm back, you guys. I'm not going to let anything distract our reading, and I'm telling you, the energy is huge right now. But I'm telling you, these people, they're about to be caught. They are about to be caught. It is going to happen any day now. We're going to get an announcement. I don't even know why this is coming. I think because of the distractions that I'm getting. I'm telling you right now, I'm being distracted from this reading. And the reason why is because we're following up on things that are really sensitive territory right now, because before it was an issue or it was like a thing to really question these things. It really got to me. It bothered me. But I think it was more of the emotional aspect of it bothered me. I mean, I've cried in several of these readings. I mean, boohoo, tears in several of these readings, you guys, because they have been so sensitive and so specific, all right, with what we are being shown, that I am willing to continue doing these readings and continue and continue, and we are going to get answers. So stick with me. I want you to go back and watch all of the previous readings after this is over. Just, get you some popcorn, set your alarm time, don't go overboard. Come back to it. They'll be there. They're not going anywhere. This content that I do is evergreen, so it keeps coming, and there's more and more and more. And yeah, good things are happening around the country, even though terrible things have been going on for a long time. So let's move on. I got distracted again, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. There's a huge distraction, and it's taking place right now. There is an energy of trying to distract people who are thinking and using their brains and who are rationalizing things and being like, wait a minute, that don't make sense. Like, I'm sorry. I understand that this is y'all's favorite person, and everybody likes to, but this is not making sense. And I think that those people are starting to realize the same thing. Like, you know what? At some point, people are not just gonna keep going for the okie doke. That's what we used to say back in the day. But people are not going to keep going for the okie doke. Okay, that just means that everybody's not going to keep going along with your little BS stories for long that you want to put out there. Just like you have the ability to clean up the narrative. Well, after you clean it up, guess what you can also do? You can also put your own little false narrative out there as well. That's how people get people to really listen to them, feed into their BS, no matter how ridiculous it is. It's just all about brainwashing. Honestly, it doesn't take much for people because they don't want to think anymore. People are tired of thinking because they've just given up. They feel like they put a lot of thought into certain things, and when those things fail, their brains just don't recalibrate. They don't have that elasticity to bounce back to reality when they've been bamboozled, and that hurts me so bad, because I've been bamboozled really badly, y'all. Even when I was told that I would be bamboozled, but I allowed myself to be. But there's no worse feeling than that, right? But there's an even better feeling in knowing that once you can see, you clearly are on the other side of being bamboozled. You see what I'm saying? And thank God for that moment for everyone, wherever that moment is, but the sooner the better, right? Yeah. So I don't care how bamboozled you are. When your eyes are open, please take heed. Take heed, because that's the moment that you are being called to take action. Okay? And I feel that this person, this is all about taking heed as well. Somebody's wish fulfillment. Oh, while we're talking about wish fulfillment, here we go. Wishful thinking, y'all. See, nothing happens by accident. Please remember that. Nothing happens by accident. Repeat after me. So this wishful thinking card that we got, it even says second chance, y'all. I'm done. Second chance. See, there's whatever they were wishing and hoping for has blown up in their faces. All right, with toxic. And now with healing, there's an energy of trying to recover some of this. So they're going to have to reach out to somebody. Who are they going to reach out to? Good old faithful. Good old faithful. Good old faithful has a conscience, however, or does good old faithful truly have a conscience, or is there an appearance of a conscience? That's kind of what I've looked at in previous readings, and we're going to look at it again. Because it's like, really, if you know more, then say more. Or maybe you are saying more to certain entities, and now you're cutting certain people off, and you're not speaking to your people like you were speaking to your people before, when we saw you, all buddied up on camera making pleas for your mom, which is exactly what should have happened on the 6-month anniversary. I don't care who is where. We're going to get on video call together. We're going to link up and do a Zoom call, and we are going to make a plea for mom. That ain't don't tell me schedules don't link up in this technology day and age. There is no excuse. We're going to do a good old Midas touch style interview, or Don Lemon style interview, and we're going to have us on a Zoom call or a StreamYard session, and we're going to have a go. Okay? Seriously, because that's BS. That you're literally saying, I am coming on here today to make, and you know what I'm saying? So it's almost like you're separating yourself. It is. And funny that we should say this, because we had that card that came out. We had that energy that came out in the previous reading. So I'm not going to go over it again right now. But there was definitely that energy that came out of trying to reject, push people away. And here it is again. So we have the Hermit and the Empress. So we did ask the question, will there be an arrest and conviction in this case? Yeah, I feel sooner than later. We have the Page of Cups and we have the Page of Swords. This is, again, communication. This is, again, an energy of someone who is asking, or someone who's going to be surprised, someone who is maybe anxious and asking someone for help, perhaps. Someone who is nervous, asking questions, even. Somebody who's in their head and going to be caught off guard. You tell me, what do you think about that? And then with the Hermit, you guys, and the Empress, again, money. Money. Someone is at a distance and they're requesting money. Or someone who needs money so that they can distance themselves, like get out of town type energy. Where is Annie and Tommaso? What is the next? What happened to the game show that Savannah was going to be doing next? What happened to the Today Show? What happened? Is she just really just off for a while? Is there a new venture? Really? What is happening? What's going on? Why are we what's going on? Why are we so quiet lately? Do you know more? Do you know that something else is happening behind the scenes? Has the FBI advised you to act normal? while taking a step back as to not be as visible so that you cannot be as easily read, or that people won't try to make assumptions based on your comfortability factor. I don't know, because people are wise and they pick up on things, and you probably got all kinds of psychologists and experts that are like analyzing every bit and frame of publicity and footage that gets out there. So I do know that them being very, like, her husband is the master of scrubbing the internet. Okay. I'm sure that he is very well versed on things that people don't want out there and why they don't want certain things out there. And I'm sure that they are very wise about what and what not to have Savannah subjected to, knowing certain things that she may know that may hurt the case. Why is there a contradiction, you guys, as I clean up these cards? Why was there a contradiction between Annie and Tommaso's pleas, early pleas to law enforcement about what this was all about, despite versus her sister Savannah's pleas when she first arrived and was like, no, it's not a walk away. This isn't a walk away. Okay. This is not just a wander off. That is the most poignant words that I will never forget Savannah saying. This isn't a wander off. This is not a wander off. Okay, it's not the situation we're dealing with. What do the kids say? This ain't that. Yeah, Savannah said this ain't that. Okay, so you can try somebody else with that, but I'm not going for it. So please, let's not waste any more of my mother's valuable time that I feel is diminishing by the second. Savannah was a nervous wreck in the very beginning, but shortly afterwards, she was broken, devastated, and lost. And then we got confused, angry, and then we got defensive. And now I'm getting like just utterly focused and also lost and sad, but focused. You know what I mean? So there's a lot to say about those emotions and the fact that I'm getting them in that order. It's telling me that Savannah has gone through a very real truth accepting experience. And it's happening before our very eyes. And at this point, I think she's very focused on just wanting answers, all of the answers, no matter how she has to get them, but also pleading for someone to, quote unquote, and I'm going to use my little fingers, do the right thing. Pleading for someone that it appears that she knows and loves to do the right thing. This is alleged, but according to, just like I said, the way I broke it down previously, it just appeared as though she was directly speaking to someone that she. So I just wanted to do a little comparison, contrast. I wanted to do a deeper dive into specific cards that I pulled, and I wanted to get y'all back on track because tonight we are going to get into some more questions. All right, so to no further ado, once again, Tarot Talk Live. conspiracy theory number 85 on deck. Let's get it started again. All right, next question that is on our ask list was, did the person who took Nancy know her personally, and how did they know her? Let's just pull some oracle messages, and I'm going to pull from a couple of different decks. Pull from a couple of different decks. Did they know her personally? And if so, how did they know her? All right, so I'm going to start off with the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck. Please, if you would, if you're joining, please hit the like buttons, you guys. And thank you so much. Make sure that you are subscribed to the channel and put a yellow heart in the comment section that enters you into the drawing for a free winning. I will be announcing winners once we reach 100 subscribers. We're almost there. Almost. So, spiritual cleansing in the reverse. So we have shift underneath the deck. And we have knowledge. We have message. And we have the death card here. You see this book here? Who is known for writing books, a well-known author? You see that? Looks like an hourglass if you turn it that way. But it's shift. It's all about things turning around or being able to turn something around. So we have shift and we have knowledge. This is also an energy of taking what you know and shifting it. Okay? Or everything that you know or have been taught is shifted. So whoever this was, I feel like was someone that maybe could have taught someone. So this could be an energy of someone that you raised. You see what I'm saying? Someone that you taught, someone that you raised, someone that writes books, reads, writes, but someone whose knowledge or there's an energy of their mind has shifted. Do you see what I'm saying? And with spiritual cleansing in the reverse, there is a lot of indications with that. So someone is going through a very toxic spiritual change. Everything that you taught this person, it's not the same person. They're not the same. We have message and death here. So, did someone write this down? Did someone write messages that were very dark? Yes, absolutely. If you go read some of Annie's poetry, I have been told that it is very dark. Some of it is just like, what in the world are you into? But that she was a good writer, a well known author, but just that some of her writings were dark and twisted. I think I've read some of her stuff, or I've heard it read by others. I didn't read it personally, but I've heard it read on other shows or YouTube podcasts or whatnot. And it was dark. So I'm going to have to look into that a little more deeply to understand a little bit more about some things that I'm questioning. But definitely getting an energy of that there's something about it in the messages. So there's got to be something in the writing. Did she know her personally? She taught this person, raised this person, but there was something that shifted. Okay, let's look at another deck here. I just want to look at various decks to see what comes out in the cards. Different cards here that reflect different things in each of the decks. Y'all, do you see that happening? I'm so glad that not. Hold on. Yeah, that's funny. Hold on. So I just like to wipe it off because it's like sometimes I think static. I have one of those touch screens and static will sometimes make it go, but I think energy has a lot to do with it. And it's all in the energy. I'm not afraid of anything. I fear nothing but God. I fear God. I fear God. I'm not afraid, but I fear God. I do. I fear Him. And I'm afraid to go against God. Okay? I would not want to ever. Okay? So I fear no evil, though. Okay? Because God in me is greater than he that is in the world. Okay? So I shall fear nothing that is in this world. Not you guys, not the things that make my camera move around. I fear none of that. Static energy, negative energy, it's principalities, and we have to constantly seek God and his covering and love others. Okay? Even as they, speak against us, do terrible things to us, you know, nasty to us, whatever it is, we cannot fall for the enemy's tricks. I'm telling you, I had my own test earlier today, and I'm telling you, I fell a couple times, and got outside myself and wanted to talk back, but no, just get quiet. As I said that, we have stability coming out. I can't even, yeah. So we have stability coming out. So the question was, how does Nancy know this person? Stability and talk about, it says it right here, long-term relationships. Can you see that? This was a long-term relationship. She provided this person stability. I'm telling you, there's an energy of rearing, child rearing, perhaps, maybe, could be, could be, could be. Let's see what else. Okay. Oh,
We got social here. Social. Outgoing, spontaneous, adventurous, meeting new people, being silly, never home. So social, long-term relationships, those that you talk to, and it says the word home is here, but it says never at home. You're social. You're constantly going to this person's house, perhaps. Maybe could this be someone that she socialized with? Someone that she's known for a long time? Could it be a close friend? Y'all, we got romance here. Someone who's in a relationship with someone. This says fated meeting, loyalty. So she was loyal. There's an energy of being loyal, and with deception underneath the deck, and we have travel. Okay, here's where I'm going to tell you. We got manifest and we have summer. So somebody, I don't know if they met someone. Well, things are going to manifest. I don't know if they met someone. I don't know when Annie met her husband, but there's an energy of someone very deceptive and someone who traveled. We all know Tommaso is not from here. We all know that he traveled to be in this country. I don't know if he traveled here to be with Annie. I don't know. I don't know how they met. I do know how I said they probably did meet, and that was just me putting it out there, and that was in the reading, but it wasn't that I asked that specific question. So we can definitely ask how they met. Fair game. But for right now, let's move on to another deck. No, let's look at tarot cards here. Because let's see, what does it say here? Did the person who took Nancy know her personally? And if so, how? How? Yeah, so they weren't at home because they were constantly going to her house. They were social, never home because they were committed to, yeah, stability, counted on for stability, social, stable, yes, romance, fated meeting relationship, yep, caretaker. We have the Three of Pentacles. This was, this is giving me someone that is helping. This is a group, perhaps one of three. She had three children. We have the King of Wands underneath the deck. This is all about leadership, someone who is pretty much taking the role of doing all the work, doing everything, or doing a lot. Someone who may have had a lot of resentment burning inside of them because they were doing all the work, all the heavy lifting, literally and figuratively. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. We have deception and travel coming through under the deck with manifest in this in time summer. So interesting how we have the summer. We are now in the summer, and with manifest here, This is all about aligning yourself to receive something. Okay. Using what you have to get what you want. And we said in the last reading that there, and in previous other readings, several other readings, y'all, and especially in the one where I said, what is Savannah hiding? And is she taking up for her sister and protecting her sister in some way, while at the same time trying to say this was all a big mistake, and you know, you tried to do the right thing, and I'm going to help you because they'll crucify you if I don't. But we also want mom back. We need her back. You have to do what's right, but I will do what I can to protect you. That type energy. I'll do what I can to get you out of here. And once again, we got these cards coming out. That's why when I got deception and travel, I was like, oh my God. Because here we are again. Here we are again. Deception and travel. A need to travel because you've done something, you've been untruthful, and the truth is now unraveling, as it always does, as we knew it would. We just didn't understand the capacity at which it would be. Let's look under the deck. So, Page of Cups, Queen of Swords. Yeah, again, someone who is kind of surprised, or an energy of that. Queen of Swords is someone who's like defensive, right? But they're defending their truth. The Page of Cups is an energy of someone who's in their head thinking about what the truth is. You know what I mean? Like they're up in their head trying to come up with the truth, something to defend themselves with. You see what I'm saying? Um, yeah, we have the King of Swords and the Chariot. So there's definitely a pair. There's an energy of, definitely people who are working together and trying to help someone defend themselves and get away. Okay, with the Chariot, it's like with the Four of Cups again, y'all. Oh my God, and the High Priestess, y'all. We got these same cards. We got the same cards, y'all. I don't know if I just did a terrible job shuffling, but it really doesn't matter because the way these cards came out is the way they came out. This is underneath the deck here, asking completely different questions. But again, these players are coming out and they're now being very defensive. We have a true pair, the King to the Queen of Swords. That's an energy of two people working together, being defensive about this truth. And they're trying to help someone distance themselves, which is that Four of Cups energy. Separation, distance from the truth with that High Priestess. Okay. Trying, and as I said that, I heard the sirens. That's confirmation. Okay. Hopefully you guys heard it too. Literally, cop just put on their things. Okay. But yeah, so we have that with that Chariot. There it is. There it is. And I have to say, following this, we have the Hangman and we have the Tower. So I do feel like, yeah, there's going to be people who are trying to help each other, or there's an energy of trying to help someone get away, perhaps with something. With the Hangman and the Tower, perhaps there's an energy of someone who's trying to get their mind together, trying to contemplate their next move, is what I'm getting before everything kind of falls apart. That's kind of that energy here that I'm getting with that Hangman. They're either stalling the situation and trying to give this person a chance to get away. Okay, that could be it with the King of Swords. Again, there's two people working together, defending one another, while there's an energy of someone who is like, do the right thing, do the right thing, do the right thing. But this person is like, you know, they're like trying to get away with the Four of Cups and the High Priestess. They're trying to keep quiet. They want someone to keep quiet and allow them a chance to get away. Okay, there it is. It took me a minute. The High Priestess with the Four of Cups, the Chariot, Queen of Swords. Yeah, Page of Cups. All about distraction. All about help me. See, we got the Ace of Swords again. The truth. Right with the Eight of Swords. I'm telling you, there's this energy, right? And if you add the 8 and the 1, you get 9 swords, and that's again betrayal. So this is all about disillusionment, and this is again some just trying to cause a block, trying to throw shade or trying to throw a wrench in things or to create some sort of a barrier. Okay, trying to block the truth. I mean, this is literally blocking the truth. Okay, you have the Ace of Swords and the Eight of Swords, y'all. Come on. Truth is being blocked. With the Eight of Pentacles and you have the Six of Swords, again, there's the energy of helping someone to get money, helping someone to raise money perhaps so that they can get away. That Six of Swords energy is making a quick getaway, y'all. Literally. I mean, I got my hair is starting to stand up because this is just where we're going. This is where we have been going and leading up to, y'all. In every single reading that I've done, it has led up to this. It has talked about this couple. It has talked about this thing over and over again. This is all alleged, but at the same time, you guys, this is energy. This is the cards, and I'm just reading the cards and telling you what the cards say while entertaining you and providing hopefully some good entertainment for you at the same time. This is an entertainment channel for entertainment purposes. All of my disclaimers are always in the description box for anyone who wants to read that. But yeah, you let me know what you think in the comments, okay? Let me know how you feel. I think we have time for one more. I said I was going to go for an hour, and then we'll go to listen to another reading for another time. Please make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. Once we get to 100, I will be going live. I'll be doing longer lives, longer readings. You guys will get to ask questions. It'll be interactive. This channel will be able to do what it's designed to do, but I've got to set myself up for success. So I decided to hit one of the goals, because if I don't create goals for myself, nobody will, right? I don't, nobody will. Hit that subscribe button, you guys, and help me out. Help your girl. Help me help you. So we got time for one more question. Just one. And we're just going to use one or two decks. So yeah, we got to a whole lot of energy and questions got answered out of here. The next question is a convoluted and a complex question. We're going to do a conspiracy theory short to talk about that. What the motive behind Nancy's taking was, whether it was revenge, anger, passion, distraction, or money. And if so, we'll ask deeper questions for all four. But we'll do that in the next conspiracy theory short. Let's do this one. Is any member of Nancy's family responsible for any aspect of her disappearance? I think we just did that with the last one. But well, it was kind of a different question. We said, did the person who took Nancy know her personally? And then we got all those cards. But let's just now be specific. Is any member of Nancy's family responsible for any aspect of her disappearance? And when I say responsible, I mean directly responsible on purpose. And I don't mean that's an accident took place and they purposefully try to cover it up. No, I just want to know, are they responsible for any aspect of her disappearance and taking? I don't care what it was. Okay, so let's not get mixed up in the semantics, but words are important. And I mean, we have to consider the words that we use, So we have stressed, working overtime, y'all. I can't right now because look at what the next word says. Household. And then it literally says responsibilities. Y'all, I can't. Okay. I honestly, sometimes it's like when I ask and I be like, ooh, be careful what you ask for. But be mindful of what you ask for is the bigger thing. Be mindful of what you're asking for. Wow, household responsibility for her well-being. I cannot. Oh my gosh. I can't. It's like y'all, come on. It will happen within a year. And then we've got the future card again, y'all, coming out. It will happen within a year and we've got the future card coming out. Oh my gosh. Is any member of Nancy's family responsible? And why did the freaking word household and responsibilities come out? It's almost like, yes, and they're stressed the freak out. And we've got well being. They were responsible for her well being. And it was a member of her household or previous or past tense member of her household. Y'all, you tell me what you guys think about that. But that's what I got. That's what I got. Let's quickly put tarot and then we will close out everything. Was any member of Nancy's family responsible for any aspect of her disappearance in any way, shape, or form? Was a family member, and if so, who? As the thunder, we got the Emperor in the reverse. This is definitely a person. This is somebody who is extremely controlling and out of control. Someone losing control, even perhaps. Someone who's dominating. They have a lack of control because they're mentally unfit or their mind is shifting. See what I'm saying? I'm telling you, their knowledge is shifting, their mind is shifting. With the Emperor here, this is perhaps masculine. Could be a masculine energy, perhaps someone's husband, someone who's married that's having a mental breakdown. Oh my God, y'all, I can't. Oh, Father, thank you. That's just terrible to think about. This card just went in the reverse, y'all. We have the Seven of Cups. I don't know if he was the seventh child by marriage. Do you know what I'm saying? When you say you have children, she had three children, and all three of her children were married. So that makes six. But one of them was married twice, being Savannah. Tommaso would have been the seventh child by marriage, y'all. And we got cups here. And this is seven cups in the reverse. This is all about things being clear. Okay, after being disillusioned or after being confused, it's like having clarity of a situation. This is also an energy of things being chaotic. Okay, you know, but getting clarity about a love situation or clarity about someone that you are close to. So with the Emperor in the reverse, and yeah, out of control. Wow, Two of Cups again under the deck, y'all, with the Empress. I'm done. Oh my God, I'm done. I just literally, and as soon as I said that, my left leg started to cramp up, y'all, right in my thigh. Um, Two of Cups, and we got the freaking Emperor and the Empress, which is definitely a married couple. The Emperor is in the reverse, which is telling me this is the more dominating, but the one who's also having some sort of a mental breakdown of sorts with clarity, stressed out perhaps about people finding out something or seeing something, y'all. We have the Hermit once again with the Three of Cups. I can't. And we have the Six of Cups, which definitely is all about children or childhood or someone that you've known since you were a child or someone that you've raised. And we have the Hermit and the Three of Cups, friends, family, friends of your children. I'm telling you, take a close look here. There's an energy of looking at someone, looking directly at them, seeing them this entire time in our faces, having committed such a serious thing. Could it potentially be? I don't know. We'll continue with this case, and we will be back with more questions. And I told you the one we're going to start off with in the next reading. We're going to see what the motive was behind her taking, and if so, for what? Why? From what? Okay, and by what means? Okay, what was the means to an end? So we'll look at all of that in the next conspiracy theory short. Love you guys, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye.